on the floor last night.
Oh, did you fall?
Oh, yeah.
There was butter on the floor?
Butter on top of the lid of it.
I wish I was there to see it.
Yeah, you would have laughed or you know what off, Danny.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Play ball.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Cox?
Here.
Trustee Foley?
Yes, ma'am, here.
Trustee Hawkins?
Here.
Trustee Royer?
Here.
Supervisor Allen?
Here. We get approval of the, yes. And Mike, second by. Last time, sorry. Yeah. Mike.
I just want to mention I'll be voting no, but I can go through the litany of different things that aren't in here. I don't know. I guess it's got me down a little bit. I'm on another board, and the meetings are half as long, and we have 12 meetings a minute. I don't say everything has to be in here, but there's just no mention of very important things. So I just wanted you guys to know that.
We'll keep an eye out.
Trustee Cox?
No.
Trustee Hawkins? Trustee Foley?
Yes.
Trustee Royer?
Yes.
Supervisor Allen?
Okay. Public comments for the public. The gentleman, yes, sir.
I got just a couple questions.
Yes, sir.
I live on Sugarloaf Road,
Yes, sir.
which I know is broken up into multiple jurisdictions. I'm trying to find out what police jurisdiction I live in. I can't get an answer from Maryville, the county, or from Collinsville. The dilemma I have is I have long trailers, short trailers, and I've been pulling out, pulling in, and over the last few months, it's been getting very dangerous for me. I've almost had three times I've almost had my trailer sick. And my stock, right now, I have a number 2 horse and a number 20 horse in the world right now. So I have, if I take 3 of my stock with me, I have almost $100,000 worth of horses on my trailer. With a $250,000 trailer, $100,000 truck. So we're talking $500,000 when I pull out on Sugarloaf. And I don't know who to call. I've had this problem a few years ago, and it seems the drivers are getting younger with the age coming up. And I don't know what jurisdiction I live in. I live at 5902 Sugarloaf. So I live on the end portion of it.
I know where it is.
Okay.
Close out that horse farm there.
Yeah, I got the horse farm with the horses. Yeah.
You're in the street is in the city of Maryville.
Okay.
The house is in the unincorporated area, and that'd be the sheriff.
Okay, so my house isn't unincorporated, but the road's is Maryville jurisdiction? Okay. So who do I call about the people driving on the road?
Maryville.
Okay, because Maryville told me to call the county. And the county told me it's not their problem, it's Maryville's. And Maryville tells me it's the county's problem.
Maryville Police Department Chief is about property.
Okay.
I can get there to ask for them.
Okay.
Between like 8 4:30.
Okay.
Or call them and just talk to them. I would ask to speak to them.
Okay.
I think that's
Okay. Thank you on that. And then there's a...
Yeah, you can tell him you were here.
Okay. Because I've been fighting this for almost 7 years now. Because people don't drive very cautiously on Sugarloaf. I mean, it's...
Never has. They never have.
I mean, Sugarloaf isn't designed right anyway. And then there's a second problem. With Hayes driving up and down Sugarloaf, which I understand with their business team there, there's a section of Sugarloaf that's towards the west end that someone's gone through and excavated a portion of it on the north side. It's about that deep along it's around the 5700 section of it. The road's been eroding away. And the other day, when it's raining and the people can't see the edges, my outside dual on my truck was hanging off the edge. And it's a big deep crevice about that deep right now with all the erosion going on. And I'm afraid that if I or someone drops in it, it's going to be really bad. That's the city of Collinsville there.
That's in the city, that's where that new house is, way back there, and they got the little pond in front.
Yeah,
That's where you're talking about?
yeah.
Yeah, that was mine.
That's the city of Collinsville. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause it's broke up.
What is part of the township on that road?
It's real close.
We got the port by Sugar Loaf.
Right in front of Roger Drive.
Because I know the township's up and down that road, and they do, and the township's the one who keeps it clean. Okay, it seems like, because it's the cleanest portion of the road, because Maryville doesn't do anything over there, and you take it left on the sandstone, and that's solid ice in there. You stay on Sandridge, and my road is perfectly clean. All right, so that's the city of Collinsville I need to talk to about that.
He does a heck of a job.
All right.
And Kathy.
There's road commission.
But
All right.
they keep gobbling us up in the township and stuff like that. Even the village of Maryville, the city of Collinsville.
All right.
And then we constantly tell people when they sign papers to let them annex and that, you're not gonna get the services if you get out of the township.
Why isn't it all part of one city? Why are you guys in like in the middle? It seems like you guys are in the middle.
That's the way it's designed in Illinois, so we have townships.
It's what nobody has villages. A long time ago, Larry, correct me if I'm wrong, that was all in this township, right? And then,
I got paints.
Oh,
I got very paint and those. Yeah. See, I'm a licensed civil engineer, so this is why I'm getting a little into it.
So did you get your answers that you were?
I got all my answers. None of this is the township's issue. It's the city of Maryville and the city of Collinsville.
sorry, we do.
But your house, is located in the township.
I know my house is in the township.
Okay.
That I always
So
knew.
just to make sure you tell them.
I know the house was in the township. That I was clear of. It's the road that I never knew. Okay, because I talked. The first time I had an issue, I went to Maryville. Okay, but you see county sheriff, you see the city of Collinsville, and you see the city of Maryville police just drive up and down that road.
All three of them.
You know, but no one does. And I've lived there for 7 years, and my mailbox has been taken out 6 times. Okay, and my driveway has a big chunk in it from someone who just come flying through there, took my mailbox out, and took my driveway. You know, accidents happen. I wasn't upset about it. It's just people just need to, you know, that road is a 30-mile-an-hour speed zone, isn't it? Or supposed to be? Because if it's not at 30, then it's not.
And I don't think anybody ever go 30 on that road ever.
I go 30. I go 30 because otherwise it's not within the design specifications for IDOT.
Well, thank you for coming up.
Well, thank you for answering my questions.
This is one thing this is a
I appreciate it. So
We appreciate you bringing Claster around here. Ours is like that.
Huh?
keep us informed in case you get any red tape.
Oh, you're always going to get red tape. I lived in the state of Illinois. I lived in Madison County almost my entire life, so I know red tape. So I appreciate your guys' help. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, hold on here. Let's call for numbers on here. Call me.
Okay, I appreciate it.
He used to be a police officer.
Hair's tired.
I get him on mine too.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Other phone numbers on there in my case, give me red tape. He knows the chief in America better than I do.
Okay. I'll put it on my list of things to do.
City of Townsville,
Pass this one down.
Karen had to give this to him. Here.
There's Terry.
I just wanted to know who was in charge of that second
No,
road.
you totally didn't bring that up.
She lived for 7 years, and they asked it, and they say, no, it's someone else's. The county came out for a while, and they sat in my driveway, which I was happy about. Traffic slowed down, the county disappeared, and the traffic speed went back up. What really bothered me was I was coming down the road with my small horse trailer, and I was doing 30, because it's a narrow road, and someone decided to pass me. Okay. with my pregnant mare in the trailer. All right, and you know, I don't speed, so I don't understand the
You get the
concept.
money tied up in horses too, and things are not cheap.
Not if you want to have a hobby that makes you broke. Buy horses.
Yeah.
Find something to eat.
Huh?
nephew has one.
You know, I mean, I don't have any money. Everything's tied up in my horses and my trailers, and you know, and then I spend hundreds of dollars a week to tell someone that my horses aren't pretty. Literally. You know.
Come back anytime.
Thank you. I appreciate
Okay,
it.
next time bring some of the horses in here with you.
They stink.
Public,
We
anybody,
can go out and pet him, I'll try.
anybody else have public
This
comment?
spring, I'll bring the one on the pole.
Alright.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Anybody else have public comment? If none, we'll move on. Reports by officers, committees, discussion committees. Anybody got anything tonight?
I guess this would be the time that I can ask questions, kind of, that I have. I'm just trying to get my head wrapped around. Like, Terry, like, who gave authority for us to negotiate with the union? I'm all for that, but how did we get authority for that?
Well, our lawyer came with this because I had never dealt with since years ago. Not out of high school. But our lawyer didn't find out for us.
Can I,
I'm not saying, oh, go ahead.
can I answer a question
Yeah.
by being a former union rep? Ask Ian on the executive board there now. The employees don't have to ask for permission from anywhere.
I'm not asking employees. I'm all for it.
They just go for it if they have enough to organize.
No, my problem is, I thought, and correct me if I'm wrong, I thought whenever we had money, when we're spending money, that this board has to come to this board to have authority to go spend money. I mean, is that not the case anymore?
Well, we just spent the money.
Well, sure we did. We paid our lawyer $612 to negotiate, and my whole problem is I was just never aware of any of this. And how do we know that there's lawyers that specialize in labor law and stuff? Because I called the Wood River Township because they're also unionizing. Again, I am not against unionizing. I'm not against that at all. They went out and hired an attorney that does with labor law because
So I talked to different people.
So
and I
what
was
you're-
told that our attorney.
You deal with a lot of unions.
Yeah.
What are you saying then? If he wants to go negotiate with the YMCA and then charge, then you can?
Well, if it takes his time up, yes.
I thought that he had to come to the board and say, "Hey, I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to be." So
I asked him.
So you did, and I'm just saying.
And I
that
sat in, and Vicki was there also.
I was told that any time that we spend money, the taxpayers' dollars, it has to come to this board and be voted on the board. I would have voted yes. But my point is, that was never brought to this board's attention. And
That part came on pretty fast. I thought if I made an error, I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
We have a retainer, and for legal services, this retainer covers the needs, anything outside that scope is a negotiated amount. Every time that Terry wants to ask him a question or use his services, does not get paid. The only time it gets voted on is when we approve the bills. The use is on an as-needed basis. So, ultimately, any of that use needs to go through codes to make sure we don't already have the answer to the question. If I have a question, a legal question, I'll ask Terry. If he doesn't know, we'll call Jack. I haven't had to do that, but I'm just saying, that's how it typically works. I know that's how it works for our police pension board. We have a lawyer and retainer. So,
I just feel like that's outside of the realm of the retainer when you're doing a whole negotiation with a union I just thought that this board should have been
We were
aware.
more or less just hearing them out because they was going to go for it. That part was.
I'm not talking about what happened. I'm just saying this board should have been made aware of that.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's right. So I don't know. That's the way I feel, and I guess I'm no lawyer. I don't know. I just thought that that's the way it worked. I mean, so then what you're saying is we could go just pick anything and start negotiating and then charge whatever amount, and that's what we have to pay without us knowing about it.
We went there to hear what they were saying, because we knew what they were gonna do, right?
Well, so we're talking about the concept of the union negotiations, and really properly subject to the executive session. So,
Yeah, and that's fine, we can do that. It was under your authority that he did that.
Right, because I,
set this up as, there's a monthly retainer, and I explained, and I make sure that this is anything that I can authenticate.
and you saved us a lot of money.
I don't know who all got the first time, this is when I first came on, and I said, for specifically for labor negotiations, and they came up with anything employment-related issues or anything like that, I would charge $175.
Mm-hmm.
What I do is I'm tracking the amount that I know that the lawyers in the county, the private lawyers will have, which is actually, it's a reduced amount.
I see.
And that's how
Yeah.
I did. I was asked to come in for my professional services.
Mhm.
I go, and if at any point you guys want to hire a different outfit, come in and do the negotiations, that's fine.
Well, my thing is, we just have to know about the negotiations. I mean, we didn't know, and that's my only point. I'm not saying you did a bad job, nothing like that. I'm not saying that's on you. I just wanted to know about it, and it's just another thing that.
And this thing here wasn't anything that we really could have voted on. It was.
You're missing the point. It's not about that. It's about the way this was done. The negotiations. And so,
Okay, we'll bring it up.
the other question I had is, I was thinking about this. Jim Ferris, he helps with books, because I asked last meeting. I mean, it's nowhere in the minutes or anything. That's fine. But I asked last meeting what his $400 was each month. And the answer that I got was, well, that's the way it's always been done.
He does them bills once a month. That way, if there's a problem going in, but by the end of the year when the other guys take over, creating a big mess to look over. You
So
understand?
he helps with the books.
Every month he gets to make sure our books are straight. All right.
Because the question that I have is, when we do the audit at the end of the year, he's always in here, correct? He's in here for the budget. He helps us. I've seen him twice a year usually. Do you know who Jim Ferris is? Okay, you've seen him once. Okay, and when does he usually come in?
Maybe 3 or 4 times a year, I would say.
But he always is around budget time and levy time and audit time.
Yeah.
And my point is so does he help with the audit?
The big auditors come in once a year.
He clears it
They
up.
clears.
All the auditors get this
Yeah,
done.
they're clearing him out to make sure everything's right. Yeah.
Okay,
In
so
other words, we got like a double bubble going.
so he has nothing going on with the audit.
Not with the big audit. No.
Okay. Right. So
He has nothing to do with that.
all right, because I'm just trying to figure out moving forward, because I was asking Vicki if it's something that she could take on as an office manager like other townships do. And she said, yes, it would add to her plate, but yes, I'm trying to figure out how to save taxpayers' dollars.
But this guy's been doing it before I got here.
That's your answer. A lot of things.
No,
I'm
but
trying to figure out better
If
ways.
he wasn't good, he wouldn't be
I'm
here.
not saying,
Okay, well,
I'm not saying he's
more or
not
less
good, I'm just saying better ways. So I'm just getting,
Okay.
I thought I was making sure he was not the auditor.
Yeah,
Because
no.
we can't have our bookkeeper also doing our audits.
You did it just right. He'd be the bookkeeper.
Okay. And I guess when we get down here, we can talk about the senior director, but is there a reason she's not here?
She's on vacation.
Okay.
I wasn't going to bring her up tonight, but if you want to bring a certain thing up, that's fine.
Well, I mean, it's on the agenda,
I
compensation.
think about that means that, in my opinion, that needs to go to closed session.
That's fine. I
When
mean,
we get to it.
my whole thing is your comment bothered me last time. It really did. I just feel that you should reach out there. It was me. I mean, our senior director, they wake up 7:30. What time did she get there? 7:30 in the morning.
No earlier than that.
Have to deal with seniors, do bingo, feed them lunch. It's not easy doing her job, and to make someone feel that they're possibly in fear for their job, I don't believe
Most of the time, she don't
Look
have
at
Let
her
her
saying
feel
that
that
you're
way.
accusing me of saying.
Oh, you called her our temporary director, and
But she is. She's still on probation till the end of this month.
I just don't think that's necessary. I think when you hire somebody, you got to have somebody feel like that's their job and back them up on it.
Yes,
I don't think she took it.
But
You
here's-
also have to tell them that they're still under
But guess
supervision.
what?
and stuff.
This is a temporary board. You're temporary. I'm temporary. We're all temporary, all right? The point is, you don't point that out. I just don't believe it. You point that out, and I just want to make sure that she has the full
You just
support.
haven't been around enough.
She has to have the full support of this board to do a good job.
And that's all. Do you think she
And I,
does it?
and I think by that comment, she did.
Well, she sure has the Sunday comes in, so if she was in a Sunday, she sure can handle the stuff.
Anybody else?
Yes.
So this,
It's gonna be farther down in the agenda than that.
well, let's, we could get down to that. Shall we?
Well, and then I can wait.
Okay.
We'll go down there and do this.
Okay. Anybody, any other reports?
I have some correspondence. There's a couple of thank you cards from, one was from, it's Chelsea something. I cannot. Cedric, maybe, principal of, one of the schools, and they were thanking us for the donations for school supplies and all for the kids. This one is from also, this is Summit School, and it was also for the supplies and everything that were dropped off. But they were very happy. We also had a letter, this will be talked about later. We had a letter from the American Legion requesting a donation. They have to maintain the helicopter that's out there. That was part of the deal when the government gave it to them, and it's due to be painted and what have you, and they're asking donations to help with that. And we did contact Mr. Hopkins, but he is out of town, so he wasn't able to be here this evening. So that's why we were trying to reach him and hadn't gotten a hold of him, so we put it on the agenda and thought at least we'll be covered.
Any other thing on reports? Okay, approval of bills. Going on to the general assistance bills for $7,693.72. Have a motion. Second. Any questions? If none, roll call.
Trustee Cox?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Trustee Hopkins? Trustee Royer?
Yes.
Supervisor Allen?
Yes. Road and Bridge Fund bills for $221,432.17. Moved by Mike. Second by Dan. Please have a question. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. My rule.
It's very high now. Right.
Okay.
Any other questions? If not, roll call.
Trustee Cox?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan? Trustee Hopkins? Trustee Royer?
Yes.
Supervisor Allen?
Yes. Moving down to town fund bills for $57,276.71. Motion. Second. Any questions? If none, roll call.
Trustee Cox?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Aye.
Trustee Hopkins? Trustee Royer? Supervisor Allen?
Yes. The senior citizen fund is $63,737.74. Everybody agreeable? Okay. Collinsville Township Pauper Fund, City of Collinsville, $188.13. We'll get a motion on that. Okay, oh, that's right, that's it. Okay, and on, let's see, Madison County Housing, $302.57, that's the housing fund. Uniform Housing Authority.
Let's just make a comment on that, how many dollars, where they're throwing them out, they're bringing them home right
Yes,
now.
they are. Our little buddy got kicked out, but he had it coming.
So we did. There, and that's it.
Well, you did.
We're gonna celebrate.
Well, he got hurt. And all he's got is the wheels, and he got nothing else. So he drinks once in a while, you know. Okay. But not saying the police weren't right, because they were, you know. Okay. we got both of those. Moving on. Anything I'm missing? Let's move over here. Can I ask for any comments from the union contract?
You can skip ahead, I guess, if you want.
Yeah. So, unfinished business. I'm sorry, I missed that. Maybe on unfinished business, anybody has. If not, we'll move on.
Yeah, I guess I'm running unfinished business now because motion to table a few things and that. I don't, when we get into new business, I'm gonna make a motion that we don't have money for $200 just table it like that's for the couple of people. But I'm not saying in a meeting, as I said before, I think when the figure is low, to give a donation, especially if we've done it before, I don't think we need to drag